Ja, ein herzliches Willkommen Ihnen allen hier in der Allianz Arena von München und überall natürlich. Der FC Bayern freut sich sehr, heute Harry Kane als Neuzugang vorzustellen. Das ist eine große Freude natürlich. An der Seite von unserem Vorstandsvorsitzenden Jan-Christian Dresen. Grüß Gott, ihr Herren. Harry, welcome on Service. Servus in Munich.
Hallo, herzlich willkommen. Und einige Stunden jetzt. Wie war es für Sie gestern, das erste Mal hier zu sein? Und wie die Fans Sie begrüßen haben? Ja, es war eine fantastische Erfahrung für mich. Natürlich viel passiert. Viele neue Gesichter und neue Begebenheiten. Aber die Begrüßung, die ich und meine Familie bekommen haben von den Fans und vor allem letzte Nacht, war einfach magisch. Ich bin wirklich sehr, sehr froh, hier zu sein. Und ich kann gar nicht abwarten, anfangen zu arbeiten.
Transfer maßgeblich umgesetzt und in die Wege geleitet. Schaffen Sie es auch, to make the long story a little bit short? Ist das möglich?
Erstmal von mir ein herzliches Willkommen hier heute und besonders an Harry. Servus Harry, welcome to Munich.
Thank you, servus.
Das kann man sagen, es war ein längerer Prozess. Wir haben alle von vornherein gewusst, dass wir Geduld brauchen, und wenn man das Positive an diesem langen Prozess nimmt, ist, dass er nicht bis zum 1. September gedauert hat. Wir sind immerhin am 11. August zum Ende gekommen. Ich freue mich sehr, dass Harry jetzt bei uns ist. Harry war immer unser Wunschspieler. Wir hätten uns alle gestern einen besseren Einstand für Harry gewünscht, aber wer die Fans erlebt hat, diesen frenetischen Applaus, wer die Stadt erlebt hat, wer am Freitagabend die Fans bei uns in der Säbener Straße erlebt hat bis tief in die Nacht, der hat gemerkt, wie München sich freut auf Harry.
Vielen Dank. Dann legen wir los. Es gibt viele Fragen, viele Meldungen. Hier in der Mitte bitte Mikrofon zu Torben Hoffmann für Sky. In der Mitte beginnt.
Welcome, Harry. What was the main reason for you to leave Tottenham?
Yeah, I think I've always said in my career I wanted to keep improving, keep pushing myself.
Ich wollte mich immer weiterentwickeln und meine Limits erreichen und wollte einfach noch eine neue Erfahrung machen. Und ich will auf dem höchsten Niveau spielen. Ich will in der Champions League spielen und ich will jedes Jahr um Titel spielen. Und deswegen bin ich nach Bayern gekommen, einer der größten Clubs der Welt. Und die geben mir definitiv die Möglichkeit dazu.
Dann geht es gleich weiter. Hier bitte oben in der vorletzten Reihe, Marc Gabel für RTL. Das Mikrofon bitte ganz nach oben, ja.
Ja, auch von meiner Seite, welcome Harry Kane. Es wurde jetzt viel berichtet in den letzten Tagen und Wochen, dann wird es auch ein bisschen hektisch. Es hieß dann, es verzögert sich und möglicherweise wären Sie ein bisschen ins Zaudern, ins Zweifeln gekommen. Können Sie uns da mal ein bisschen mitnehmen, wie das wirklich jetzt am Ende abgelaufen ist, die letzten 2 Tage? Und vielleicht eine Frage an Sie, Herr Dresen. Waren Sie zu irgendeinem Zeitpunkt nervös, dass das dann noch auf der Zielgeraden scheitern hätte können?
Yeah, I think it was obviously a busy couple of days, a busy week in general, but
anstrengende Tage, Wochen und es ist sozusagen mein erster großer Transfer, in dem ich involviert bin natürlich. Es ging auf und ab und ich bin einfach nicht so froh, dass ich hier bin. Und ich wünsche Tottenham alles Beste und wünsche auch Daniel Levy alles Gute. Und ich bin jetzt hier und ich hoffe, dass ich diesem Team weiterhelfen kann. Und ich bin froh, dass das jetzt geschafft worden ist, und ich bin einfach froh, wenn es anfängt.
Dann hier in der dritten Reihe bitte, kurzes Handzeichen, Julian Wolf.
Die Frage noch beantworten. Also, ich würde nicht sagen, dass es nicht zwischendurch Momente gab, die einen haben zweifeln lassen. Wir haben nie gezweifelt an Harry. Harry hat immer zu seinem Wort gestanden. Und da waren wir uns sicher von Anfang an. Aber natürlich ist so ein Prozess und solche Verhandlungen und gerade in diesem Falle sicherlich nicht ganz einfach. Und es gab zwischendurch durchaus mal Momente, wo man sich fragt, geht es denn noch weiter oder nicht. Insofern hat es dann auch natürlich gedauert, aber das ist ja für Sie alle auch schön gewesen. Das hat dann auch entsprechend ein bisschen für die Auflage beigetragen.
Dann jetzt dritte Reihe, Julian Wolf für die Welt, bitte.
Ja, hallo Harry, auch willkommen von mir. Du bist in England aufgewachsen, du bist geprägt durch den englischen Fußball. Kannst du einmal sagen, wie hast du denn den deutschen Fußball bislang in deinem Leben verfolgt und gibt es vielleicht Unterschiede zwischen Premier League und Bundesliga? Musst du dein Spiel etwas anpassen oder ist es eigentlich überall auf der Welt gleich, Hauptsache Tore schießen? Und eine Frage noch an Herrn Dresen. Harry Kane hat viel Geld gekostet. Wie viel Geld ist jetzt noch da für die von Thomas Tuchel geforderte Holding Six?
Yeah, I think obviously I spent my whole career, my whole life.
Ich habe mein ganzes Leben in England verbracht, in der Premier League. Und ich muss natürlich mich ein bisschen anpassen an eine neue Liga, an meine Teammitspieler. Und es gibt einige tolle Teams in dieser Liga. Und natürlich erwarten viele, dass Bayern München jetzt die Liga gewinnt. Aber die anderen Teams werden immer besser. Das ist eine gute Herausforderung. Und ja, ich versuche mich hier so schnell wie möglich zu integrieren und dann mich dementsprechend anzupassen. Und das habe ich mein ganzes Leben lang gemacht mit Tottenham oder auch mit dem englischen Nationalteam. Also
es ist sicherlich so, dass es ein Transfer war, der für uns auch sehr ungewöhnlich ist, auch was die Größenordnung betrifft, auf die ich natürlich nicht näher eingehe. Wer uns kennt, weiß, dass wir uns, wenn wir etwas wollen, nach der Decke strecken und trotzdem vernünftig bleiben, um dann auch weiter noch Möglichkeiten zu haben, auch andere Dinge zu tun. Ob und was das jetzt in diesem Transferfenster noch ist, das werden wir sehen.
Linke Seite, Christian Falk für Sportbild, bitte.
Eine Frage an Harry Kane und eine Frage an Herrn Dresen. Harry, you already said it, you're here fighting for titles.
Du bist schon hier, um Titel zu spielen. Und das Finale der Champions League ist in London. Was würde das für Sie bedeuten? Was würde Sie bedeuten? Natürlich ist es noch ein bisschen weit weg, aber dass es in Wembley stattfindet, ist natürlich toll. Und natürlich bin ich auch hier, um die Champions League zu gewinnen mit diesem Team. Es ist natürlich ein langer Weg bis dahin, aber die Aussichten, diese Champions League in England zu gewinnen, in London zu gewinnen, wären natürlich toll. Jetzt müssen wir schauen, wie die Saison verläuft, aber ich hoffe, das können wir schaffen. Natürlich.
Harry Kane hat natürlich einen großen Namen weltweit. Wie wichtig ist dieser Transfer auch als Imagegewinn für den FC Bayern, für die Bundesliga als Ausrufezeichen? Man sagt ja in England immer, Farmers League zur Bundesliga. Zeigt Bayern, dass es mehr ist?
Also erst einmal zeigt es, dass die Bundesliga auch immer noch attraktiv ist, Weltklasse-Spieler und Spieler mit Weltklasse-Format anzuziehen. Wir sind natürlich stolz darauf, dass es uns gelungen ist, zusammenzukommen. Auch stolz, dass sich Harry für uns entschieden hat. Harry hätte sicherlich andere Clubs auch wählen können. Das zeigt, dass Harry dem FC Bayern Titel zutraut, dass er uns internationale Wettbewerbsfähigkeit zutraut. Und natürlich ist es auch für die Bundesliga ein Statement. Das hat ja einen Grund, dass wir auch sehr, sehr viel positive Resonanz von den Kollegen bekommen haben, anderer Clubs. Es zeigt, dass die Bundesliga attraktiv ist und der Bundesliga tun internationale Stars gut. Ich würde mir wünschen, dass andere unserem Beispiel folgen.
Hier vorne in der zweiten Reihe Manuel Bunke für die TZ München.
Hi Harry, eine Frage. In Tottenham bist du in die Rolle des Superstars reingewachsen über Jahre. Jetzt kommst du nach München, gestern die Fans sind ausgerastet. Thomas Tuchel hat gesagt, Harry Kane muss nicht unseren Spielstil erlernen, sondern wir müssen von Harry Kane lernen. Wie gehst du mit diesem ganzen Druck um? Ist es positiv, pusht es dich noch mehr? Oder hast du vielleicht auch ein bisschen Sorge, wenn 1, 2 Spiele du mal nicht triffst, dass es dann schwierig wird?
No, I think,
Nein, ich denke,
as much as possible, of course. Being a striker and being a goal scorer, people are expecting me to do that. But look, we've got amazing quality in the team. I've only been here for 2 days, one game yesterday and one training session today, so I'm still getting to know the players. But it's part of the reason I joined this club, because they've got amazing talent. And I feel like if we can connect and we can get a good connection, then of course I will score goals. So, but as always in my career, I never panic if I don't. I give my all every game. I try and work for the team, and I think I've shown that my game is more than just goal scoring and trying to link up play and help with assist and build up. So that's what I'll try and do starting on Friday.
Dann noch hier auf der Seite 1 dahinter, Moritz Leikamp für Bild, bitte.
Yeah, welcome, Harry. About 4 years ago, you were an opponent of Bayern in the Champions League and you lost 2-7. How do you remember this day, and did it have an influence on the fact that you are here today?
I don't remember that game. What game was that? No, of course it was a tough game. All I remember is I scored a penalty that game, and other than that, it was worth forgetting. So, no, look, Bayern Munich are one of the best teams and have been one of the best teams in the world for a long, long time now. So I don't think that game in particular swayed my decision, but I've always known that they're a big club, and I'm excited to be here.
Let's move to the English colleagues. Yes, please.
Thank you. Hi, Harry.
Hi.
Harry, I'm just wondering about your decision. How much did you have to weigh up between the desire to win trophies, like coming here for the Champions League, weighed up against Alan Shearer's record in the Premier League, and also the final kind of decision, just how difficult was it to finally make that break from a club that you're so emotionally attached to? And also, if you don't mind, a question to Mr. Dreesen, what was it like negotiating with Daniel Levy?
No, of course it's always going to be a tough decision. I was at Tottenham for 19 years of my life, so everyone knows that the club is connected with me and with my heart. But ultimately, like I said earlier, I'm a professional and I've always pushed myself to my limits, and I just felt like the time was right. I needed to be playing at the highest level. I needed to be playing Champions League, trying to win titles every year. So when I thought about it, and obviously Bayern got in touch, it was a decision I wanted to make. And of course, the people will talk about the record and talk about Shearer, but look, I've got plenty of football left in my career. For now, it's to concentrate on trying to achieve things here, trying to push myself, trying to push the team, and try and reach new levels with this club. And that's what my focus is on right now.
Daniel und ich haben uns bestimmt besser kennengelernt.
Daniel and I got closer in the last couple of weeks, that is for sure. It was quite tough negotiations. Daniel is a very friendly person, but he knows what he wants. And so two people came together who knew exactly what they wanted, and that's why it took a bit longer. But in the end, both of us do have a good feeling, and I will pay a dinner for him, that's for sure.
Same row, yes, please.
Good afternoon, Harry. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can only imagine that the last 48 hours have been extremely overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
One of the key things that's quite visible last night and this morning is the language barrier. What are you going to do to try and address that? I presume that you'll obviously have a translator with you initially, but are you going to start learning the German language? And if I can ask, what words have you learned so far?
Service is one word. No, it's something, of course, I'm going to try and learn. I think I want to try and embrace the culture, embrace the country. So, yeah, I'll be having lessons at least once or twice a week to try and pick that up. I mean, we have a lot of English-speaking players and staff around the club as well, which obviously helps me. But ultimately, yeah, I do want to learn. I want to, try and fit in as much as possible, and the best way of doing that is understanding the language. I mean, it will be tough. I've heard it's a tough language to learn, but it's something I'm willing to try.
Any words you've learned so far?
Just service. So, hello.
Und die Deutschen lieben es, Englisch zu sprechen.
And the Germans love to speak English, so they can learn their English and perform and improve their English.
Dann eins dahinter bitte, Stefan Kumberger für Pro7 Sat.1.
Ja, hallo. Herr Dreesen, Sie haben gerade schon davon
Mr. Dreesen, you just spoken about that you went all the way to get Harry Kane. Was that just a situation with Harry Kane, or is that a new way of Bayern Munich? And what about the game yesterday? Maybe you have a situation. The coach was quite not so happy. Say that the 100 million is not the new normal. It's really a big amount of money, and of course we are going to invest big. We always did that, but always on a certain level. And I know what I did the last 10 years, so I personally know that this is a fair amount of money to pay. And we are on from the sport perspective, it is the perfect solution, and it's a good decision to get Harry Kane. Of course, yesterday the coach was disappointed, we were disappointed, and we wanted that Harry would start with his first title right away. But the good thing about football is that next game is up next Friday and against Werder Bremen, and they lost in the German Cup. So that will be a difficult game. As always, it is the case in Bremen. But I'm confident that we'll make a turnaround. Hello, Harry. Welcome to Munich. And you will meet Thomas Müller, and you know him from the national team, England versus Germany. How was the first impression, the first meeting with him? Did he teach you some other words? And do you think that playing with him together will work out, the same like with Lewandowski and Müller?
Yeah, no, I met Thomas yesterday, and yeah, he was full of energy and welcomed me well. He's already asked me for a game of golf, so I'm sure we'll organise that soon. But no, I think he's proven year on year what a great player he is. I think he's one of the biggest leaders in this team from what I've seen so far. So I look forward to playing with him. I think we can complement each other very well. He obviously scores and gets assists, and so do I. So yeah, look, I'm excited to play with these type of players, and yeah, I'm sure me and Thomas will get to know each other quite well over the next period.
We switch to the first row, yes, please.
Harry, when did you decide that you were definitely coming to Munich? And was there a point where you thought the deal might not happen? And what did Gareth Southgate say when you told him you were coming?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the talks have been ongoing for a couple of months now, and yeah, I always said if there was a deal that worked for all three parties, then we can do it. Going into my last year of the contract, I said I didn't want it to be a distraction for the new manager and the new team at Tottenham. So yeah, I was excited to come, and of course the last kind of 48 hours of the deal was pretty up and down and a bit of a roller coaster, but I was just really happy once we got over the line. And yeah, Gareth sent me a text yesterday just congratulating me, and he said he'll give me a call over the next week once things calm down a little bit. But no, look, I think he'll be excited. He knows his striker for England is playing at the highest level, and that can only help the national team.
First row, please. Yes.
Hi, Harry. Just wondered, do you have any memories of Beckham moving to Real Madrid? Was that something in your mind as a child, like that dream of being an English star, moving abroad and having this kind of treatment? And just how important was Thomas in those talks, maybe reassuring you? I know it's big times, you're a family expecting another child, so it's kind of got to be right for everybody in your life. Was that really important to get it over the line and convince yourself that this was right for everybody in your family?
Yeah, no, I remember when Beckham went to Madrid and how big that was. I've no secret that I was a massive David Beckham fan when I was younger, but I think for me as well, I never wanted to get to the end of my career and regret not experiencing different leagues and different cultures and different competitions. So that was a big part of that decision as well. And yeah, the Thomas, the manager, yeah, it was a big part, We spoke, and I really enjoyed his energy and the way he wants to play and the vision he had for me and the team. And of course, I have another baby due in a couple of weeks, so it was a lot going on. But ultimately, my family were fully behind me, and we all made the best decision what we thought for me and my family was. And yeah, now we have a little bit of stuff to sort out, and with the pregnancy and things like that, but that's life and that's part of the experience. So I'm sure everything will be fine, and ultimately, come Friday, once the season starts, that's where the main focus will lie.
And the neighbour next to you, please.
Hi, Harry. We've always known you to be a passionate family man, as well as a great footballer. How hard has it been for your kids, and what's they say kids say the funniest things. What's been their reaction to coming here, and your wife particularly, like you say, with the pregnancy, how hard has it been for her to uproot like this, to help your career? Yeah, and also saw your boots last night. What's happening Thursday? Yeah,
with the family, no, it's 2 days ago, I was sitting in London, and we didn't quite know how it was going to go. So the kids, I don't think, know too much what's going on. Obviously, they was here yesterday, and for them, it probably feels just like a vacation. But I'm sure I'll have time to explain to them, and we're not quite sure. Obviously, I need to find houses, find properties, so we're not quite sure how that's going to work yet. But I'm sure they'll be fine. They're young enough to embrace everything. And even with my wife, my wife Kate was really supportive. She wants the best for me and the best for my career. So she just said to push, and she wants me to be playing and happy, and that's why we all made this decision together. So we're just really happy that we're here now, and of course we've got a few things to figure out, but we'll take that in our stride. And with the boots, you'll find out in due time what the boots are. So.
Gehen wir zurück auf die linke Seite. Mario Krischl für den Kicker, bitte. Kurzes Handzeichen, ja.
Servus, Harry.
Servus, Harry. Bayern paid a lot of money, like no other team in the Bundesliga before. How is the response in England? 100 million is nothing special in England. Is that a big topic in England or just a normal topic?
I'm not too sure. I think, of course, 100 million is still 100 million, so it's a lot of money. So, I haven't really had time to really be on my phone or see how it's all playing out back home. But no, of course, I feel that responsibility whenever a club spends a huge amount of money on you. You feel like you have a responsibility to repay that. But for me, I always feel like I do my best talking on the pitch, and that's what I'll continue to do. Ultimately, they pay the money to try and help them achieve big things, and I want to achieve big things. So we're all on the same path for that.
Gleich daneben Nino Duit für Spox, bitte.
One question to you, Harry. Bayern was also interested in your England teammate, Kyle Walker. Did you speak with him about Bayern, and do you know why he decided to stay at Man City?
No, I heard they was interested. I haven't really had a chance to talk to Carl himself, but look, every player has their own reasons, their own decisions. I'm sure I'll catch up with him on international duty next month, but look, if he decided to stay, he's decided to stay. I wish Carl all the best. He's a great guy, first and foremost, and an amazing player. So look, he's won everything he's wanted to win at City, so his decision was down to him, and you have to respect that.
Rechte Seite wieder Tim Kraft für Sat.1.
Hi, let's talk a bit about yesterday. So when you first entered the arena, you looked very moved. You stood on the grass and you looked around. So later you were substituted, and there was this great atmosphere. And then the game didn't went so well, and Thomas Tuchel even said he has to apologize to you. So maybe you can describe your emotions going through this day, stepping on the arena first, being substituted, and after that having that kind of game.
Yeah, no, it was just amazing to see the reception that I got, walking out before the game, first and foremost, and hearing the fans start to sing my name and give me the round of applause, etc. And then, throughout the game, I could hear them singing, and then obviously I was warming up, and the game, of course, wasn't going so well, and with 30 minutes to go, managed to get on, and it was unfortunate that we kind of gave away the penalty so quickly after coming on, because it really killed the momentum of the game. But ultimately, of course, I wanted to come here and win last night, and the whole team wanted to win, but that wasn't the case. But it's no time to panic. I think there's a long season ahead, and I'm just excited now to kind of settle down after these few days, get to training, get to know the team even more, and try and help them. But overall, all I can say is thank you to the fans and everyone at Bayern Munich for the amazing reception, and hopefully I can give them some reasons to cheer over the season.
Zurück auf die linke Seite bitte in der Mitte, kurzes Handzeichen, ja.
Thank you. Harry, I just want to know what your first impressions of the city were and of Bavaria, whether you've had a chance to have a look around yet.
I mean, the weather's been great since I've been here so far, so that's a plus. No, I've not really had a chance to look around. We've got the day off tomorrow, so I'm going to spend some time with the family and probably start to look at a few areas and a few houses to try and get that organised as soon as possible. But no, I've only heard great things, you know. I'm sure I'll get time to explore it and go out for coffee and dinner and meet some of the fans. But yeah, I want to do that as soon as possible, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do that tomorrow.
Dann ganz oben rechts, Thomas Klinger für den Bayerischen Rundfunk, bitte.
Servus Harry. Du hast vorhin, als du erklärt hast,
said before how Thomas is a leader in the team. You said that before. What about you? You're a captain of the English national team. You're the big important person at Tottenham. Are you a leader within a team, and how are you going to do that at Bayern?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just my personality and the way that I am as a person and the way I play to try and push the players around me and to try and help them and talk to them and get to know all my teammates. So yeah, I feel like I can bring that attribute. When I spoke to the manager before, he said that was part of the reason he wanted me as well, not just for the way I play, but for the leadership that I show. So these are all important traits to have in a big team if you want to really achieve what everyone wants to achieve here. So of course it's early days and I need to get to know how the team are and who kind of stands out in that aspect so far. But yeah, I'll be myself, and I think that will naturally be as one of the leaders in the team anyway.
Back to the other side, please. Yeah.
Welcome to Munich, Harry. Good luck. Bayern have somehow managed to win the Bundesliga 11 times on the trot. What do you consider would be a success during your time in Munich as a player?
Yeah, I think yeah, they've won it many times in a row, but it's still the pressure of being able to do that in the next season and the next season. And yeah, for me, is to try and win every title we have this season. I think that's the expectation of Bayern Munich. That's the reality they want to set and the targets they want to set, and I think they're achievable. So yeah, my job is to try and help make that happen. And yeah, I think if we get to the end of the season and we haven't won every trophy, I think the club will be a little disappointed, but we know it's going to be very tough to achieve that as well. So we're not taking anything for granted, and you know, this is my first time here. So for me, it's just about trying to push the team and obviously win the title, win the cup, and try and win the Champions League as well.
Next English colleague on this side.
Hi, Harry. You touched on it briefly, but as well as all the football reasons for making the move, on a personal level, I just wondered, how much of a factor was it for you, the opportunity to experience a new culture? And did you have the chance to speak to any of your England teammates, thinking of the likes of Jude and Kieran, who have had that opportunity, about what they made of it?
Yeah, I think that was part of the reason. Like I touched on, the experience of feeling a new country, feeling a new league, was something I really wanted to do with my career. I didn't quite know when it was going to be, but of course it's now. And I spoke to Trips, Kieran, quite a lot about his time in Madrid, and he loved every second of it. He loved just the new surroundings, the new team, and the league. So, and I think that really helped him as a player to improve and push on. So, I'm hoping that will do the same for me. And yeah, ultimately that's why I'm here, is for many reasons, not just football reasons, but for life as well.
Diese Seite Hannah Reif für den Münchner Merkur, zweite Reihe, bitte hier.
Eine Frage an Herrn
One question for Mr. Dresen. So you gained a new striker. There's another open position in the number 6 position, or sorry, the seeking a new goalkeeper. What is? And do you think that you will do the same thing on the goalkeeper position before the 1st of September? Well, I'm confident that we will find a solution at that position. But first of all, I want to say that with Sven Ulreich, we do have a good goalkeeper. He was always there when we needed him. We didn't lose the game yesterday because of Ulreich. And we are happy that Sven Ulreich is here, part of our team, and we're trying to find a solution for this complicated situation. Of course, we are closely connected with Manuel Neuer, and we're confident that he will come back in the second half of this year. He's really confident as well, but it's hard to say when he's able to come back. You can never say that with this kind of injury. And we are trying to work on the second goal. Yesterday we were quite close. We wanted to introduce Kepa, a Chelsea goalkeeper, and he's a Spanish player, but he went to Real Madrid in the last situation. So there are other possibilities. I don't want to say anything about that, but we'll find a good solution.
Dann hier in der ersten Reihe Nicolina für Bild München, bitte.
Hi, Harry.
Hi, Harry. A question for both. The coach said yesterday that he's sorry for yesterday for you, and that you must have the impression that this team didn't train for 4 weeks. Did you have that impression, actually? And what's your, how do you see the team at the moment, and what are the things where you have to improve, where the team has to improve? And Mr. Riesen, did you see the same way as Mr. Tuchel? And were you surprised that Thomas Tuchel said that yesterday?
I think, the team got off to a bad start yesterday, obviously conceding early, which is never easy, and I felt like maybe it just knocked a little bit of the confidence of some of the players. But ultimately, for me, is to get to know them as quick as possible. I see players with great quality, great personality, and hopefully, with the addition of me, with maybe a bit more leadership, and then we can help some of the other players in the team as well. But of course, it's early for me. I've had one training session, and so I need to get to know how they are and how different players operate and how different players take on criticism and things like that. But no, of course, it was disappointing. Any game you lose is disappointing, especially when you're at home. But I think in due time, I'll only try and help and push the team to another level.
Wir haben gestern keine gute Leistung gezeigt, da braucht man nicht drum herum reden.
Didn't show a good performance yesterday, and the team came back from the Asian trip with a good spirits. And if you have this impression, and you're looking forward for the first match, and then you have the possibility to win a title right away, and then you perform like that, then you have to accept that you didn't play well. And that's how you interpret Mr. Tuchel as well, that how he reacted yesterday, and that he said what he really thought. That is really important. I'm really 100% sure that we have a great team. We have good players individually, but we have to be better as a team. But there's no reason to doubt on our team and our players. If you had a look on what was sitting on our bench in the first half, that we are able to compete in every competition.
I think we have 3 more questions. Yes, please.
Hi, Harry. You mentioned how much of a roller coaster this has been the last few days. Did you have a chance to say goodbye to people at Spurs, clear out your locker? If so, how hard was that? And if not, when will you?
No, I didn't get the chance to. I sent kind of the group a text that I was leaving, and I said, when I get the time to go back, I'll come in and say bye to everyone properly, and not just the players, but the staff. A lot of the chefs, the kitmen, the physios. I've spent over 15 years of my life with. So, I didn't get that time because things were so up and down. But for sure, over the next few weeks or whenever I get some time to go back, I'll go in and say bye properly to everyone.
Ja, in der Mitte bitte.
Karls Ritzkat for Sky Sport News. First of all, servus, Harry, and a warm welcome to Germany, to Munich. You're not only a great player, you're also the captain of the English national team. So my question is, what kind of an impact or a statement transfer could this be for other English players to move to the Bundesliga if they see that their captain is playing now for such a huge club in the Bundesliga? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know that certain players in general will look at this transfer and see how I get on and see how it goes and see how the response is in the country. And so far it's only been great. It's been an amazing thing to experience. So of course, I think me being here will help push other players to maybe think about themselves. And like I said, it's not just about the team or the league, but it's about improving. That's always my mindset, and I think it should be the mindset of any young player growing up, is to keep pushing themselves. Once you get comfortable at a place and you feel things are kind of on the same road, then it's time to try another level and try and find another way to get better. And that's what I've done by coming here. So, of course, we'll have to wait and see how the season goes and my career here goes, but hopefully I can be, and people will look at it as a great experience.
Other side again, yes.
Sorry, just one last question, Harry.
Yeah.
This may be a question too far, so forgive me, but we're assuming, right, are we, that Kate was in the stadium last night? And you mentioned earlier that the baby's due in the next couple of weeks. Are you expecting to have the birth here, or are you going to go back to the UK?
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. The family are due to go back to the UK tomorrow, and then we need to kind of organise how we're going to play that out. So we're not made a decision yet. That's something I need to talk to my wife about. But whatever works best for all us and us as a family, we'll do. Of course, there's loads of stuff in terms of kids' schools and places to live that we need to sort out as well. So over the next few weeks, we'll make those decisions and go from there.
Was Kate in the stadium last night?
Yeah. Kate and all the kids, her family, my mum and dad, brother. I bring all of them over. So I wanted them to share this experience with me.
How special was that for
Yeah, it was amazing. I think even for them to see the reaction I got, the response I got when I come on the pitch, etc. Of course, they're all extremely proud of me and what I've achieved in my career. So I try and share as much experiences as I can with all of them. And last night will be one that I think we'll all remember forever.
Es hat noch nie ein Spieler so viele Familienmitglieder gebracht.
Okay, last one. Last row. Yes, please.
People with him.
Felix Roderer von Antenne Bayern. Servus, Harry, in München. Schön, dass Sie da
Hi,
sind.
Harry. Welcome to Munich. I would like to know how the last couple of weeks were. 40,000 people were following the plane flight online. Did you try to push that away from you, or what was your decision? How did you cope with that?
Yeah, the plane. I got told about the plane fuse from quite a few people, which was new to me. I didn't even know you could track planes. But no, that's all part of the experience. That's all part of the journey of coming. I didn't have too much time to even be on my phone over the last couple of days, so I'm not. I know, of course, there was a big reaction, but I'm probably not quite aware how big it was. So, but no, I think that makes the transfer what it is. That makes the experience what it is, and all I can say is I hope I can repay everyone who was watching that plane with some good performances.
Ja, vielen Dank soweit. Vielen Dank den Herren.
Thank you very much so far. And a picture together. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming. See you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.